Hello guys and welcome to an NGB video discussion, review, whatever we're going to call it.
Chinwag.
Chinwag, yeah. I'm Ben and I'm joined by Johnny.
Hello to you.
Hello, I'm joined by Matthew.
Oh.
And I'm joined by Andy.
Yo.
And I'm playing Dishonored 2. Andy is playing it through for review.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
You're about to get snagged by someone.
No,
I'll get up
I'm
them
not.
stairs quick.
I'm not, I'm good.
What's going on here?
Right, so Ben is playing as Emily Coldwin,
Okay.
and she is the Empress
Of what?
of this kingdom, this
Alright.
world.
Okay.
Dishonored.
But she's been dishonored. She's been accused of murder.
Is that why it's called Dishonored?
It
the
is
game?
why it's called Dishonored.
That makes sense.
And her her protector,
Yeah.
Corvin,
Right.
Corvo.
Jeremy Corbyn.
that was a faux pas. Corvo has been turned to marble, and she's and she is on a mission.
Right.
But don't you,
to
can't you
find-
play as?
Wait
Okay,
a minute, wait a
okay.
minute, Benjamin. We'll get onto that in a minute.
Back the
Okay.
fuck up, Benjamin.
And Emily is on a mission to clear her name
All right.
and get Corvo back.
Yeah.
And she has ventured to the farthest shores of her kingdom.
Yeah.
That chap's still after you.
Where
isn't
is he?
He's down the stairs, mate.
But it's... oh.
And so it involves lots of sneaking, lots of magical powers,
Right.
and lots of stabbing guys in the head, like Ben's done with this guy.
Oh, his head came off.
Oh,
And his leg. He chopped his leg off. Look.
Wow. I like that. I like that a lot.
That's...
I mean the mechanic,
so
not the fact he's off the left.
Oh,
Oh.
shit, there's another guy.
So I think you're about to die.
Nah, I'm fine, mate.
Now you got another one, I think, no, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's one. You might want to
Turn around.
Where the...
tap right on the D. Oh no, hang on, mate. You got a gun. I love how I've been playing this so far quite stealthily, and Ben's just running in shooting everyone in the face.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about
It
Dishonored.
is, yeah. I mean, that is a good thing about it. It's not. You're not behooven to. Oh,
And I'm
he's
dead.
killed you.
Yeah, I'm
you're not behooven to going in stealthily if you don't want to.
Is
There
behooven
are.
a word?
Yeah.
Behooven.
Yeah, I'm old. I can use words like that. But you don't have to go in stealthily. You can, go shooting your way in. It feels less rewarding, and it has an interesting kind of chaos system in that the more bodies you leave, the more kind of chaotic the world becomes. There are these things called blood flies,
Right.
which kind of infest.
Is that similar to
It's similar to
the
the
rats
rats
in the first game?
Yeah. But it kind of makes sort of special items harder to find.
Okay.
So there are runes which you can hunt down, and runes help you buff level up. There are these things called bone charms, which basically let you add buffs to your abilities.
Where am I going? I know I've got to go to the mansion,
yeah.
but I can't really...
So, as Ben pointed out as well, the other character, Corvo, who was the main character from the first game, you probably won't be able to get through that wall of light. Oh, he's found you. Now they've all found you.
What? How have they all found me?
Because he's alerted them.
But, oh, for God's sake. I'm not very good at Dishonored.
You're not very good at Dishonored.
No.
I must admit, I mean,
No, I'm dead again.
the first Dishonored game is quite a tough sort of stealth game
Yeah.
until you really get your abilities buffed up, at which point you're basically a ninja. And you can
Yeah.
teleport around and become invisible and do things like that.
Right.
The way that this game sort of deals with powers is you have two different tracks that you can follow. You can play as Emily,
Yeah.
and I kind of gather from the way that the game's laid out, Emily is the first choice you're given at the beginning of the game as
Okay.
a character. Corvo is another choice that you can have, but from what I gather from the little that I've kind of dabbled with the Corvo side of things, is Corvo the story of the game remains pretty much identical regardless of the character that you choose. So if you choose Corvo, something happens to Emily. If you choose Emily, something happens to Corvo, and you have to play through the same storyline and do the same missions. But Corvo's power set is slightly different to Emily's, so he focuses a lot on sort of pure stealth kind of abilities, so becoming invisible, teleporting, things like that, whereas Emily focuses on a lot of mind control abilities, so being able to control groups of enemies. A really interesting one where you can actually target multiple enemies, and the damage that you deal to one of them is spread out among the group.
I've seen that one in action,
yeah.
actually. It's really cool.
So it's I mean, it's a cool game. I mean, it's visually it's interesting because it's quite a big game. It's quite it's semi-open world. in that each discrete mission kind of takes place in its own little open world, effectively.
Okay.
And there's things to find. There's different areas to explore. And it's kind of got this very stylized, sort of slightly steampunky kind of.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I never
visual.
something never really clicked with me with the first Dishonored. Was I loved the art style and
Yeah.
I loved the kind of the aesthetic and I loved the world building and everything else like that. But I just could not get into it, and I really don't know what it was. And I kind of feel that I might be the same with Dishonored 2.
I mean, I was a huge fan of Dishonored, and I'm kind of the same way with this one. I'm really enjoying it. I think, if I can be honest, I think that there's a little bit of a missed opportunity with, you could have him in the head, he's waking up, get him in the head. Or you could hold down R2 and knock him out. R1 rather. There you go.
That'll do.
I kind of feel that the way that they've handled the two characters is a bit of a missed opportunity. I think it would have been nice to have seen a sort of Resident Evil type of approach where there are two separate stories
Intertwining.
taking place. Yeah, either
5,
intertwining and you can
8.
jump between them, but having effectively just two different movesets, which isn't really explained very well when you come to play the characters. It doesn't say like, oh, Emily, you'll be playing a more kind of you'll be playing more with mind control powers. Corvo, you'll be playing a more stealthy game.
Yeah.
So
you kind of left to your own devices a little bit.
It's like, who do you want to be,
Okay.
Emily or Corvo, or Jeremy Corbyn? But politics. But I mean, I like it. I kind of like sort of the fact that you have to take your time to kind of get the real rewards from the game. You really have to kind of pace yourself. So you see, this is what you're trying to do at the minute. You're trying to find this code to get through this gate, to get up to this mansion.
Oh, right, okay, so that's kind
yeah.
of one way to get up there.
Yeah.
Is the code 420?
No, it's not. It's 528, as I just found out.
Oh, have you just found that?
I did, yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Should try 420.
So, but I mean,
So-
I like it. I think it's, if I can be bold, I think it's the game that Assassin's Creed wants to be.
Okay, that's a bold statement.
It feels a lot more focused than Assassin's Creed does.
Okay.
I think the Assassin's Creed games, while I enjoy them, there's almost too much to do in the open worlds.
Okay.
And it's easy to get distracted. Whereas with this, it's kind of very focused. It's not easy to get lost in them. You always know what you're supposed to be doing from one time to another. And it's got a little bit of a starry cast in this, which is nice, which is interesting.
Okay.
So it's got Rosario Dawson and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh,
who,
I love D'Onofrio.
He kind of sounds like he's halfway between doing the Kingpin and his character from Men in Black, which is an interesting choice.
Fair enough.
And it's got a little bit of Sam Rockwell at the beginning as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, so it's got quite an interesting cast. It's a nice game. I've been enjoying it.
I mean, it sounds like they've taken a lot of the stuff from the first one. I know it's a very cliched thing to say, is that they've taken a lot of things from the first one and kind of evolved them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think essentially that's what fans of the first game
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
And it certainly seems like they've taken the art style at least and evolved.
It's not a dramatic change. It's you could argue negatively that it's more of the same, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because Dishonored was a very solid game. If you like that kind of thing, and this certainly isn't any worse than
Okay.
Dishonored.
I mean, I think that the thing for me, that the really strange thing is that I'm a massive fan of Metal Gear, and I love that franchise. However, I can't quite get into first-person stealth games.
Did you play Thief back in the
No,
day?
and there was also like Deus Ex, the
Yeah.
Human Revolution.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into that,
Yeah.
and it's really just
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're a
It's a
very
strange one.
sort of almost a PC kind of thing with sort of going the
Oh no, I don't want to. I want to stay at the clock.
going back to the original sort of Thief. I think the earlier stealth games were more focused on sort of the first person side of things, and I think this is possibly the closest cousin to Thief, to the original Thief,
Yeah.
than say probably the more recent Thief game. It's certainly got. Oh, you
Whoops.
probably didn't want to do
Okay,
that.
right,
You could have opened the door.
I can just
You
open the
didn't
door.
Had to headbutt it.
So this is one thing that I've seen before, like the Clockwork Mansion.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yes.
You sort of pull the levers and the mansion just sort of transforms around
Yes.
you. And this is the sort of stuff that I really like about Dishonored. Like I love this, like this sort of art style, the steampunky aesthetic and everything like that.
So that's really putting me off, to be honest, steampunk aesthetic. I
Yeah.
think it looks dated, but not in the way it's supposed to look dated. It looks dated in the way like it looks about a game that came out 10 years ago, because the steampunk thing was quite big then, and now it's just weird old people who do it. Sorry, steampunk people.
I was going to say, it's a little bit offensive there.
Is it?
Jonathan?
Have I just hit the nail on the head? Is that what it is?
Well, you know, everyone's entitled to do what they want to do.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying
You're weird. and
mainly
old
old
if you do
people.
do it. Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, before we get into any more arguments, that is a sort of brief look at Dishonored 2. Review will be up as soon as we can.
Yeah. We have all, there is obviously the Bethesda review policy.
Yeah,
with
you know,
this,
we've discussed that.
Yeah.
Bethesda have really dishonoured themselves, wouldn't you say, with that review policy?
Your Imperial Majesty.
Anyway, we are going to call that, and we will see you guys next time. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and everything else. And we will see you next time.
He's got a pipe in his hand.
He does.
His hand is actually a pipe.
Fucking hell.
Point pen.
Interesting. Bye.
Bye.